What is up, guys, and welcome. And today I'm cooking just some breakfast burritos, or a breakfast burrito for dinner, pretty much. Yeah. Over here I've got some noodles boiling for some tomatoes and noodles. I've got some fresh, canned stewed tomatoes. My mother canned them. And I'm going to cut some up and throw them in there, and we're going to have fun with this. Alright, first things first, what I got here is some freshly made summer sausage made of deer. It's like deer meat, jalapeno, and cheese summer sausage. So I'm going to cut up a few of these. Let me turn this heat down over here. I'm going to cut up a few of these. And you gotta stir those noodles there. I'm gonna cut up a little bit of this and fry them in with our fry them before we throw our eggs in there. Okay, this knife is pathetic. This knife is better. Camera's rocking a little bit, but that'll be okay. Alright, we're gonna hope you can still see that. So we're gonna dice this up nice and small to throw it in there in our burritos. We're gonna dice this up nice and small right here. Haven't made a cooking video in a while, so I thought I would, just for you guys. Throw some background music in here, because I know there's a lot of quiet spots. We're gonna... Oh shit. Cut! We're gonna mince these up kinda, because you want them to be small, but you don't want them to be too small, but you don't want them to be too large. Okay. So that's going to be enough, I believe. We're going to turn... That's going to be enough for one good burrito at least. We're going to turn our heat on for this. Making sure I didn't turn the wrong one on. Yeah, that's getting warm. Alright, so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to put just a little bit of this. Just a little bit. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot to do. While that heats up a little bit, we're going to throw this in there. We're going to mix it all around. Actually, I'm gonna cut up some more, so I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, so I added some more meat in here. I'm gonna let this fry a little bit. So I'm gonna turn the heat up now. I've got it turned down a little bit. I'm gonna let my meat fry a little bit in there. My noodles over here are still good enough. I've just got them on a low, medium heat, boiling, letting them simmer. I'm going to turn that on a medium heat. Alright, what we're going to do over here, we're going to take one of these tomatoes out of here. so that I can dice it up to throw it in with my. Just take one of them. Okay, after a minute, I finally got the lid off this damn thing. So we're gonna take a couple of these little blobs of tomatoes here, because what I'm gonna do with them in just a moment will be cool. So I'll take a little bit more. Take a little bit more out of there. Splat. It just goes splat. Alright, and what we're going to do with the rest of this is we're going to put this in our noodles and make some awesome noodles with that as like a, you know, cool. This over here's sounding lovely. Listen to that sizzle. Alright, so let that sizzle just a few more minutes and then we'll throw in our tomatoes. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so that's doing a good job sizzling here. I come over here and kind of slopped up my tomatoes a little bit more to where they would fry up nicely. So we're going to go ahead and dump those in. So now, we got tomatoes thrown in here. So that's good. Now that's going to sit for a moment and fry. Alright. Noodles over here are just about done. I'm going to give them a blast, and then by that I mean I'm going to turn it up and get it to a rushing boil one time, and then for 1 second, and then turn it off. Just going to let that heat up and get them to a rolling boil. That's one of the easiest ways to blast your noodles. That's what I call it anyways. I don't think that's the technical term. That's just kind of what I call it. So let's get this. These are sizzling up nicely here. I'm going to throw our eggs in there in just a moment, and I started them with the wrong spoon, but it's not going to hurt nothing. We're at home cooking, we're not at cast cooking anymore. No more government regulations I have to follow at the moment. Alright, so these are at a good roll and boil now. I'm just going to go ahead and flip them off and let them sit on the heat. And they're going to boil over there for a moment. And again, I stirred that with the wrong spoon. I'm just going to stir that. Alright. So what we're going to do now is, give me 1 second. We're going to let this sizzle for 1 second, and then we're going to fix our eggs. Alright, so we're about to crack our eggs in there. There's one egg. We're going to turn this heat down some. There's another egg. One hand crack. That's a lovely way to do it, right? Alright, so we're going to mix this up amongst everything else here. And we're going to let that slowly cook. Now we're letting that cook now. Kind of looks like raw meat in there, but just remember it's fully cooked summer sausage and tomatoes. So I'm rinsing my hand off. Alright, so we're going to add a little bit of salt, just a little bit. And then, just for a unique taste, we're going to put just a little bit of lemon pepper. And then just for that extra added kick, we're going to add a dash of hot salt. And these noodles over here should be done now. So we're going to get to messing with those in a minute. I just want to make sure this is all cooked nice and good for our burrito entertainment. Now the worst part about making this video is the fact that I'm actually going to have to clean this skillet when I'm done. No, I was making my dinner and decided to make a cooking video for you guys. So, we're going to come over here and we're going to stir our noodles just to make sure they're not stuck. Now, before I started recording, I put a little bit of butter in my boiling water. Now, that's like an old trick, but if you don't know, you know, butter helps noodles not to stick to that. Also, if you take butter and you let it boil and you make something along the line of something called like unfiltered butter or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Something I learned in CAS. Now what I'm going to do is do a quick bake on this. I'm going to heat it up just a little bit and continuously stir it for a second, just to make sure all those liquids are pretty much evaporated and everything's mixed in nicely. But I think this is good and golden. We're going to turn this off and let this set for 1 second, and then we'll move on to the next thing. I magically pulled a burrito tortilla out of the microwave. So, I know as fancy as I am, I don't have no shredded cheese, so I just took a piece of cheese and cut it in half and put it there so that I would have cheese on my burrito. Shut up!
Lily, that's enough.
Craziness. Craziness in this household. So we're going to come over here and we're just going to dump this. There we go. Yeah, that dumped out nicely, didn't it? Look at that. Alright. Now we're going to take our spoon and we're going to primp it. Just to get it lined up properly on our bowl here, or our tortilla, because the way we're going to do this, I'm going to, I can't do that anymore. So we're going to fold it here, as well as fold it here. I had to flatten it out, guys. We're going to fold it there, as well as fold it here. Hold on, guys. I'm going to fold this one way or another. It's kind of hard to do while holding a camera. So, strainer. Hit the floor. Alright. So, turn it sideways here. We're going to fold it like this. Like this. We're going to lift this end up, and we're going to get our spoon here, because we are going to stuff, just to kind of get it to where we want it at the moment, and then we're going to roll. And there you go. You have a folded burrito, a rolled burrito. We're going to tuck it down there, and you have a burrito. It's probably not the best roll ever seen, but it's a roll. Alright, that's going to clean up nicely. Look, now, let's work on this. Alright, what we're gonna do here is simple. It's a very simple little meal thing. So, yes, dish is kind of dirty, but that's just our tomato sauce. So we're gonna set our strainer here. Because I'm filming with one hand, pretty much. And we're gonna strain out our noodles. Of course. Yes, get all the water out of our noodles. What? I did. My mother was giving me some advice. I did. And now the simple thing to do, just dump tomato juice in. There we go. And now we're gonna take, and we're gonna, do we reboil it? I'm guessing, no?
Yeah, if it's cold, you know.
It's not that warm.
Okay, then you turn the heat back on until it warms up.
This is just a classic tomato noodle, like tomato and macaroni. We used to have it all the time. It's simple, it's classic, and it's good. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and like all of my cooking videos, yes, I will take a bite of the behemoth. That turned out really good. So, try that for yourself. That was my dad's homemade summer sausage. We had his deer meat, jalapeno and cheese, and whatever else comes in a summer sausage making kit. I don't know. But, yeah. So, use some of that. Use some eggs. Some tomatoes fried up in there nicely. And you got yourself one mean breakfast burrito for dinner. And over here you got some noodles to throw in there too. On there. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was worth your while. Thank you guys so much for watching. And peace out. If you are anxious to see more videos on this channel, please click over here on the left annotation. Oh my god, you're still here. Oh my god, you're still here. Come over here. Follow me on these things if you like. If you think I'm subscribe worthy, then click on this shirt. Subscribe to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Peace out. Peace out.